Now, there is a sound that is desperately familiar to most of us. And of course, it is the sound of an alarm clock. And what that truly awful sound is doing is to stop the single most behavioral experience that we have, sleep. Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So if you're an average sort of person, then you're spending 36% of your life in sleeping. So let's say if you live up to 90, then you're spending 32 years of your life sleeping. That is 32 years. Now what that 32 years is telling us is that sleep is an incredibly important part of our life. Yet most of us completely ignore sleep. We don't give sleep a second thought, and we completely abandon sleep sometimes. So what do we do in the 20th century about sleep? Of course, we use the invention of Thomas Edison's light bulb to invade our night. But most of us think that sleep is a complete waste of time because you're not doing anything when you're sleeping. You're not reading, writing, watching movie, eating. So we think it's a complete waste of time. But sleep is an incredibly important part of our biology. Now let's do a quick check in this room. How many of you sleep at least for 8 hours in a day? Now I want you to be honest while raising your hand. That's a pretty decent number. Now how many of you sleep at least for 7 hours in a day? Okay, now how many of you sleep for 6 hours or less than 6 hours in a day? So there we have. So that's an interesting breakdown of the sleep figures in this room. But let's answer the basic question, why do we need to sleep? Now, most of us agree that sleep at some level makes us feel better. Do you agree? It makes us feel happier, more energetic, more alert, and it lets us function better following a good night's sleep. But we live in a society that burns candles at both ends. Sometimes we stay up all night, working, having fun, watching TV. But research shows that lack of sleep has more serious implications than previously thought. It has both short-term and long-term consequences. Now, research shows that the first risk is that lack of sleep carries with it disease and health risks. It can make you fat, and it can make you prone to heart diseases and even a stroke. Now, the second consequence is performance. Lack of sleep exacts a toll on your perception and judgment. At workplace, lack of sleep can be seen in reduced productivity and less efficient work being done. And sometimes the impact can even be more deadly, like a drowsy driver or a drowsy pilot. So I've given you enough lecture about why sleep is important and what are the consequences of not sleeping better. Now let me give you some tips on how we can all help us sleep better. Now, are you a sort of person that likes to check your Facebook page on your smartphone or read news or videos just before you go to bed? A lot of shaking heads. Now it's time to ban that light from your bedroom, at least an hour before you sleep. Anything that excites your brain, just keep it away for an hour before you sleep. Trust me, it will help you sleep better. Now, do you like to take a nap in the afternoon? Yeah?
Sometimes.
Now, napping makes matter worse. Okay? Any shut eye before 8 hours of your bedtime can sabotage your sleep. So when the afternoon slump hits, go for a short walk, drink a glass of ice water, or call a friend. My third tip. Now, is it easy to fall asleep right after you've had an argument or a fight with your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend? It's not easy, isn't it? So if you decide to have an argument, do it a few hours before sleep so that you and your spouse can sleep better. Now, my fourth tip. Go to bed and get up at the same time every day. This routine sets your biological clock, and in no time, you will notice that you're able to fall asleep faster and you're more energetic the following day. Now, my fifth tip. Now, coffee is fine for most people, but as soon as the clock hits 12, Avoid caffeine in your drink and food, because caffeine interferes with your deeper stages of sleep. So even a small amount of caffeine found in chocolates can really prevent you from falling asleep. Now, although the tranquilizing effects of alcohol may feel that you're able to fall asleep faster, but beware that after the initial effect wears off, it can lead to more frequent night awakenings and less restful sleep. If you need another reason to quit smoking, then it is sleeping better, because smoking has the stimulant, which is nicotine, which again prevents you from falling asleep and worsens your insomnia. Now, when it comes to the battle of the gender, women are the winners. Women need an extra 20 to 30 minutes of sleep, because women multitask, they do too many things at the same time, and they are flexible. So they are using more part of their brain than men do in a given day. So if your husband is snoring the night away, then just wake him up and ask him to pipe it down a little, because you deserve your beauty sleep. So Toastmasters, I've given you a lot of tips on how we can all sleep better, but the secret is to experiment. Sleep is the golden chain that ties your health and body together. And we have learned this from childhood, that early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Thank you.